Hi guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, we're back on the SS Fun and Imagination, as I like to call it. That's right, guys, we are back on the Warships. Today's video, guys, we're going to cover three main points. First point I want to talk about is revisiting the wave of exploitation. I discussed this in a video about a week ago. We're going to take a look at where it is today. I'm also going to cover my crab. In fact, we're going to do that first. I'm going to do a quick recap of the mega crab that occurred last weekend. Very brief. And also, at the end of the video, I'm going to feature one or two HZB hits. That's Heavy Zuka with Bullet. Hopefully they go well, but can't promise anything. So, looking back at the mega crab, this is why I've been away. Well, I've been busy in real life, but I was also busy with the crab. I finished third place in Canada at stage 143 with 85.7% complete. I had 2 disconnects during this event. However, I'm not sure if they were Android related or if there was a new bug that came out with client server out of sync. I know one of those for sure was client server out of sync because I remember that term. We've been discussing this in CWAP, and anyway, it doesn't matter, but there was a small bug in the crab. The good news is the crab was only 1 crab this time and not 5 crabs like the crab before that. That update patch they were trying to make for us did not land before the crab, so we still had all the Android notification issues. Supercell was kind enough to turn off the automatic notifications for high-ranking Warships players, so that could at least make it more stable for them while they played the crab. So big shout out to you guys for doing that. I heard Rick C mention that on one of OP Destroy's streams. But anyway, going over leaderboard results real quick here in Canada, we got Triple J YYZ coming in first, as he normally does. Good job to you, sir. We've got Tasmanian Devil in second, followed closely behind me by me. And then we got Ramrod in fourth, Flipstar in fifth, Mike Goalie in sixth, Deadmaker in seventh, Bismarck in eighth, and Blaker in ninth place. CWAP, the group of people I crab with, which is a similar group of people to Swap, the group of people I ship with, we managed to get places first through fourth, and what else we got? 6th and 8th. So all those are members of CWAP. Big shout out to you guys, and big shout out to our global task force. And way to represent. So that's really good. Congratulations to everybody. I hope you had a good crab too. It was a very fun crab. It was just too darn long. It took so much out of me to do 143 stages. But anyway, let's get back to the warship, shall we? That's what we're here to talk about anyway, isn't it? Nobody cares about my crab. I mean, maybe a little bit, but nobody really cares. It's okay. I don't mind. So here we go. Let's get into the data. Yes, this is the mathy part. Okay, so if you guys remember from the previous week, we had a chart that looked something like this. Let's move my face over here. This data, as you recall, came from my swap, that Ship with a Plan, from their members, from our members in the task force at the time. But we do have people come and go because we're more than just one task force. So it made it hard sampling data today. That's what I'm leading up to. But let's do a quick review of what we saw with this data. Oops, not the button I wanted to hit. There we go. So what we saw with this data, guys, were 2 distinct trends. We saw one meta, oops, helps if I have it on. We saw one meta that ran from here over to here, and then we saw another one that did something like, I don't know, something like this. Okay, and we talked about it being divided by the concept we called the wave of exploitation, or a wall. Whatever you want to call it. I like to call it a wave, though, or a wave, because it's moving. And that's one of the points we're going to try to illustrate in the video tonight. The fact that it's actually moving. What was I doing? Line tool, boom, done. And yeah, so that wall of exploitation was about here, or the wave. Alright, it was something like that. Beautiful. Now, I did cover this already in another video, but I'll mention it again. I asked you guys for your data, and you were super nice and kind enough to give it to me. All the green dots that you see on this chart right here, that's your user data. I'm going to superimpose the lines that I just drew over this just so you can see they more or less match the trends. We did see some variance in some lower regions, like over here. All in this region, we saw a cluster of stuff, right? And of course, this was me being just having fun on Mini Bobber down there. It doesn't matter. We've moved them up a little bit since then. But we see some static over there. Doesn't matter, but for the most part, the data falls in line. And then for the green dots that we have beyond the wave of exploitation, those dots were all pretty much under this line that I drew. Not sure what to make of it other than, well, first of all of you guys' dots were more or less under the lines that I drew, so you're good. But again, anyone watching these videos, they're probably good players to begin with. Then again, anyone that's in my ship with a plan should probably be good players as well, but I think it's very time dependent. And that's why it's very important to take these snapshots quickly in time. But there it is. That was the user data, okay? And thank you so much for it. It kind of helped just to verify the trends that we saw. Yeah, there's scatter, this, that, or the other, but we saw the clear distinction, and we definitely saw the demarcation of that wall. Another important concept to point out here is how this area of the graph right in here, it kind of flattens out, okay? And the reason why that flattens out is because that is quasi the max tech level you can have for that time. Tech level is a function of time, guys, as is stars for that matter. But they're complex, so they depend on many things. But just keep that in mind. That was telling us that at this time, the base tech level was somewhere around, I don't know, guys, somewhere around 2100, let's say, for non-exploiting players. But we'll get into this concept more later. Let me get rid of that line, and let's move to the next chart. Okay. Now this, guys, is our new data. All right, take a quick look at it. This is what we saw. Now, first of all, let me explain where this came from. I pulled the task force that I did before, but we had some new members and we had some go, and I just didn't like how it was looking, but it's in there. Okay, we got that data in there. Then I also took Mini Bobber's task force, threw all their data in there as well. Then I went one step further. I went to the Canadian leaderboard. The leaderboards contain the top 500 players. I picked a lot of different players, but I used sort of like logarithmic picking order. I think I picked players 1 through 10, and then I skipped by 5s, and I went like 20 through 50. Then I skipped by 10s, and I went from 60 all the way to like 100, I think. And then I skipped by, I don't remember. I skipped by 25 and 50 or something, all the way to 500. But we got a nice sampling of points that were all from the Canadian top 500. All right, that's the point here. All this is mixed together and thrown in here to try to give us some view. Now, some of the things. Let's get our drawing stuff back on there. These were the trends that we had from before. All right. Now, I suppose we should talk about some of the trends that we saw in this chart today. Well, what we notice is when we're trying to find that wave or that wall of exploitation, the first thing to do is identify the maximum tech level for the time, and I guess. And you can kind of tell by the clustering of all these points in this region, we've got a tech level of something around 3,100, give or take, as being what would be considered like max tech. Now again, that's assuming you're getting all your chests and all your chest timers work, which mine certainly don't. And that's also assuming that you're getting those chests at a good rank, because remember, the chest rewards depend on the rank that you're at. That's also why in this chart I've drawn these lines. In fact, I didn't mention it. These vertical lines that are on the chart, gold, diamond, and legendary, those are the different demarcations for the different ranks to kind of help you follow the chart. All right, because I was also curious to know if any of this stuff happened around rank shifts. But my data doesn't show a lot of trends, or I just don't really have enough to see any rank shift metas. So one of the things I wanted to look for. But that's not the point, guys. The point here is we noticed that wall that's in there, or that not the ceiling, I guess, and that helps us draw our trend line. Okay, that's the point of trying to find it, because there's a lot of static, but we're going to talk about that. So the trend line that we have, I guess I can pick. I'll go with white. The trend line that we've got for the new data, let's start with that notion of the ceiling. Okay, it runs something like this. Alright, this is our new trend line. And then above that, we've got, of course, our wall of exploitation, which this is very arbitrary because I don't have a lot of data points, mind you. It runs something like this. And it maxes out. This is max text level, I believe, around 4,500, something like that. And our ceiling, guys, or our wave of exploitation, getting all my terms confused. Our wave of exploitation is right here. And there it is. Okay? Now, so what we definitely see is what I was talking about in my last video, where that wave of exploitation, whoops, has moved. And That's exactly what we were anticipating. It moved forward because of inflation of stars, because of the expansion due to inflation of stars or whatever. And that's exactly what we see. But what we see is a lot of static. What we see is that let me get it's another color here. So many colors, so many lines. I know, probably going crazy with it all, but hopefully you're keeping up with all this. It took me a while to break this down too. I've been working on this quite a bit today. Too much probably. What we see is, though, inside of this area, in fact, between the two waves, the one from a week ago and now, there's still a bunch of static. I mean, you've still got some guys that are out teching other guys, and you still got some guys that are very low, like this guy down here. What this means is we are pushing through. We have pushed that wall forward, and we are pushing people to Legendary 10. It does mean right now that as a player that never took advantage of that, of the exploit, that you can get into the Legendary League. So you can probably have a couple of ranks into the Legendary League already. And the season still lasts for another 5 days, guys. So it's not too late to push. Just like I said in the last video, we need to keep pushing all of that junk all the way out. And I hope you do. I hope this week you're able to find some time and just push, push, push. Generate those stars and carry those stars back and forth. Even if you're not generating stars, like you will occasionally get win streaks, you're still carrying stars from lower parts of the rank to higher parts of the rank and back. Even that process of carrying stars is very important to push those stars forward, to put that inflationary force on that wave of exploitation. Because you're essentially carrying stars from the bottom up to the top. And that's the natural way, okay? It's just in that process you might develop some unnatural stars from win streaks and first win bonuses, first win of the day bonuses. So please play and be active, and we can help make this even better for Season 2, alright? That's the point. But as well, speaking of the two different ceilings, you know, we look at it, like I said, the new ceiling is somewhere around, it's not really there, or there. It's somewhere around here-ish, around 3,100, and our old one was around 2,100. So we've seen in 10 days that this has gone up by approximately 1,000 tech level. I'm assuming these people were able to get their chests on time. I wasn't. But we also see some other weird stuff. We see the fact that we've got some data points above that. And if that is the ceiling, you have to ask yourself, how did they get that tech? Well, it's because, and I mentioned this in some of the comments to you guys, it's because there were some people that were able to use the exploit, well, the glitch. Well, they were able to trigger the glitch without exploiting it. Is that the best way to say it? They didn't know what they were doing, but they did it. They might not have even realized that they were receiving chests they shouldn't have received. They were just unaware. They would just return to their warship, and all of a sudden, there's another one available, and they had no idea. So I think that's where some of that static comes from as well. The people that actually exploited it, they're way at the end of the tech tree now. By the way, the end of it, Champions 10, is over here. This is the end, so it doesn't go any further. We've got the full spectrum on this chart now. Anyway, so there it is. Now, just like before, guys, just like before, but maybe even more importantly, we'll throw it up onto here. This is all the data on the screen at once, okay? I need more information from you. Can you please tell me your tech level and the amount of stars? I prefer it in stars. In fact, let me show you where you can see the stars. Some of you guys didn't know that. And it's not your fault, I didn't explain it. But yeah, I would like to see your tech level and stars so I can make this other chart, get one more snapshot right before the end of the season here. And maybe, time permitting, we might actually get another snapshot at the end of the season. So please try to keep track of where you finish in the season, because I'd like to maybe try to plot that data as well. And I'm not sure if we'll be able to retrieve that. The point I wanted to show you was where you find that information. Oh, it's not there. It is here. Yeah, so you see at the bottom of the screen, like right over here, you can see the amount of stars. So I'm sitting at 138 stars right now. That way you don't have to do all that crazy conversion junk. But I think that's basically it for the chart. There we are. There's the trends. We can see how that wave has moved forward. If we keep working hard, we can push that thing all the way to the end, just like I said in the last video, guys. And we can get our way to Champions 10. Now I know you might be saying, but shish kebabber, if we only moved this far in 10 days, which, you know, is a distance of, I mean, basically what am I telling you? That wall went from around 130 up to about 180. I guess I'm telling you that wall has effectively moved 50 spaces in 10 days. But we need to go from 180 all the way to like 270. We need to go 90 spaces. So you would think that takes 20 days. Well, things will accelerate at the end, but we have to work harder too, you see? So play like 4 times as much as you did before. Maybe even 5 times. No, I'm just kidding, but you do need to play hard to generate more of those stars, to transport more of those stars from the bottom to the top, and to just push your way down. You need to finish the best as you can at the end of the season. So, one way we can do that, guys, let's get rid of all this math junk. Let's just jump onto the warship. Let's try some HZB. Let's see if we can kill it. I think my face works better over here for the warships. By the way, they just updated my screen recorder, so some stuff might look a little bit weird. It's always fun when you're trying to make a video and they change stuff on you, you know? Anyway, jumping into some HZB hits, like I was trying to tell you. I have not played a lot, and I haven't been getting a lot of chests. It's basically like that. Let's see. We're going to be rolling with 2 boats of heavies, 6 boats of Zookas, and Bullet. Real quickly, taking a look at the tech tree. Here's what we got. We got max heavies, of course. We got max Zookas. Smokes are maxed. Flares are rank 4. Shocks are maxed. Our buddy Bullet is just rank 3, giving us a level 5 taunt. He's a level 6 bullet. What else? We got a fair amount of GBE, troop damage, troop health. You guys can see all that junk. Whatever. Let's just jump into the hits. And we're back. Okay, so yeah, we don't care about where I am on the chart, and I already failed my first HZB hit. Let's jump into the second one, shall we? You always got to warm up for this stuff. I don't want to show you guys the failures. Here we go. And I'm not the best, I'll be honest. I haven't even been playing Warships that much. Like I've been telling you guys, I've been busy with Crab, and I haven't been getting a lot of chests. Taking a look at this warship, we've got 100% on the building health and 60% on the building damage. There's a bunch of junk everywhere. I don't see a lot of mines, though. Shock mines that we do see, well, one of them's level 5. I guess he's got the mine bug. Yeah, that was never fixed either. Yeah, so the best thing to do is usually get our troops into the back area, which you can't even click on, and then flare forward. And then we just need to shock a bunch of stuff, like shocks, grapplers when they have them, but this guy doesn't. What I actually want to do is come up the left side, although there's a couple of shock ones everywhere. Who cares? Check the range on that rocket. Okay, we see where the hot spot is. Okay, we got it. Start with the girls. Wait a few moments. Bring the guys out. We do that because the girls are slower. Let's go with an artillery to clear that one. Let's give them a flare to kind of guide them over a bit. Like this. And a smoke. And another flare. And a smoke. Okay, let's go forward. Smoke. And smoke. Let's go all the way up here. Let's get smoke, smoke, smoke. Like that. Oh, we lost a couple girls. And let's flare down this way. Taunt is up. Shock in hand. Let's go shock and shock. We still have some girls. Oh, we'll get that hot pot out of the way. Cycle some shocks. Well, we got one to cycle. Taunting. I think it's about all we're going to get. Flare that one. Bullet's really taking it. That's all we're going to get. And we go barrage. Really need to get adjoining structures. Anything else weak? Let's just go artillery, artillery, artillery. Remember, guys, it's always the amount of damage, not buildings destroyed, that matters. I should have thrown the barrage there, but it doesn't matter. Boom, just like that, we won with our sloppy HCB. But you can see it works, you know. try another shot here. Because you need to start learning these hits. The reason why I'm showing you this is you're going to get to a point where, you know, the meta is going to look a lot like this with engine rooms in the back, if you're not there already. And you need to know how to do this. You can also do this with warriors. I just don't have warriors unlocked. And we're back, guys. We got our monster in hand because we need some energy. We've been going back and forth. I need to show you guys a good HZB hit. It's also a little bit rough because of where I'm at. I'm at 2575 tech. Wasn't exactly the best for where I'm supposed to be. I'm getting out teched by at least 500 tech, but those are just excuses. I can do better than that. Okay, it's just the crab, guys. Crab's got me worn out. And I'll be honest, HZB is not my forte. Oh, and here we go. I mean, I'm good with it, but I'm not great with it. We've got that's nice sky shields, bro. Okay, this I am really not well practiced at because there just aren't a lot of things you can flare. Okay, I think I see something I can flare though. I'm gonna try to get into the back corner, and then I'm going to try to flare this engine room right here. And what do we got? We got grapplers that need to be shocked. Okay, can we do it? Probably not, but we'll see. This is how you take on sky shields. All right, but it's pretty hot. Yeah, we got it. Let's drop bullet. Hey, let's drop everybody. Smoke our ramp. Smoke above it. Flare everyone off the side. Smoke that. Let everyone catch up a little bit. Let's flare way up here. Smoke. Smoke. Oh, smoking's gonna be fun. I didn't think about that. Well, let's just die anyway, huh? Can we flare back there? No, we can't. Alright. Let's flare forward over to here. Taunt is up. Shock, shock, and shock. Cycle taunt. Cycle shocks. Taunting. Taunting. Let's get one more. Critters out. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get an artillery on there. Let's get another one. And a barrage for something. I don't know, barrage something. I think we won this, guys. I think we won this. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, not the best with sky shields. I get up to the sky shield, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. I can't throw much smokes where I need to throw them. That was an improv, and we won. I'll take it. Great. Fantastic. So there you go. That's how you kill a sky shield, guys. Should I push my luck and try to go for one more? No, I won't. Let's wrap it up right there. I really need to get this video out because I really need you guys to give me that data. It's really important. I hope you can, because I want to see where those things are. I want to make sure that that wave of exploitation is where it is, and I want to let you guys know that's where it is as well. Please, 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 if you can, if you still like Warships, which you must because you're watching this video, push at the end of the season, guys. Remember that how you finish in this season will affect how you start in Season 2. So to give yourself the best advantage for Season 2, you need to do as good as you possibly can right now for Season 1. So please, guys, remember, help push that wave of exploitation all the way out, all the way down to Pound Town, and hopefully you can get Legendary 10. Anyway, we'll wrap it up right there, guys. Remember to always stay tuned to this channel for more high-level gameplay content on the warships. And remember, guys, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.